Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Welcome to our show that helps you deal with varied problem statements of Smart India Hackathon. Today, we'll be talking about another problem statement, SIH 1349 from Smart India Hackathon 2023. We have a past winner of SIH, Siddhant Bharadwaj, to share his thoughts and inputs on this particular problem statement. The statement is using existing CCTV network for crowd management, crime prevention, and work monitoring using AIML. So let's see what advice Siddhant has to share with us about this problem statement. Welcome, Siddhant.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm good, Siddhant. So to begin with, tell us something about yourself so that we get to know you better.
Okay, so I used to be a student of Chandigarh University, and currently I'm working as a cybersecurity and a cloud expert with a lot of companies. And my major portfolio that I am proud to say is innovation. I like innovating new things, new softwares, new ideas. This is the base that I can tell you about me. There's a lot to go, but I think this is what can be the overview.
Okay, Siddhant. So we'd also like to know a little bit about your SIH journey. How was it last year that you went on to win and you performed so well? So tell us a little bit about your journey in the SIH last year.
So my journey began with a team that already was formed, inviting me in as a participant for their team. And soon this team got dismantled due to some issues with a lot of members. They had to leave, and so did the leader. So my team elected me to go for the leader position. Till that time, we did not have any particular problem statement to encounter. Then we went on to the SIH websites. We scrolled through all the possible problem statements that we can work for. And one resembled a particular idea that I had last year about centralizing cybersecurity and physical security into a single platform. I was working on it for a while. The idea and the prototype were nearly 10% complete, about from the 100 that we showed in SIH. Once the team was there, I had a conversation with each of them to understand what their skills are, what their capabilities are. That helped me a lot while the competition, because I had the perfect view of what kind of activity should be tackled by which of my teammates. Further, when we started to work on the ideas, it is very important that we listen to the teammates that we have. We listen to different ideas that they generate, because the accumulation of those went on to be a complete suite of CCTV management system for the Madhya Pradesh government. Now, this CCTV management was not only focused on centralizing all the CCTV footages that can be normally achieved by any of the uh, normal softwares that come with the CCTV cameras. It had AIML integration, web app, mobile app, analytics app connected to it. It was a complete suite that gave you visibility of any crime that is happening in any part of the state that you are covering. It gives you visibility of what crimes or what incidents are happening in real time by continuously analyzing CCTV footages live. So this was all live analysis of the thousands of cameras that can be now managed. So we didn't know the exact number, but we had a chat with some high ranking officials in the Madhya Pradesh government. Their CCTV centers are were used for reactive monitoring, what you call. It is used to confirm that an incident happened. With this software, a team of three can actually monitor live incidents for up to 7,000 cameras. So it reduces the total number of people that are required to actually run the centers that monitor the camera, as well as we go from reactive to predictive monitoring. So this was an overall suite that we created that not only recorded all the incidents, it gave three levels of pop-ups that gives you an overall idea of what is happening now, where, with a quick access function. Because see, CCTV cameras are static; they are stuck in one place. So by mapping out all the CCTV cameras that are in a location, you can also we also introduced multi-view, which gave a nearly 3D replication of the whole area by using multiple CCTV cameras, along with pinpointing the location for the incident response teams. So the operator just has to click a single point, it goes on to monitor. And I believe the problem statement that we are going to talk about is a lot similar for the Ministry of Railway. That is why I wanted to speak on this topic, because I know my expertise on this can help a lot of students while presenting their ideas. We did went on to the SIH finals, and up till then we weren't sure. We only had a single page software. The most important thing that I learned there, and I am very happy that I learned it early on in the competition, that listen to the jury. Because once jury comes in, they assesses your idea, they are from the ministry, they are familiar with the problem statement, and they know what they are looking for. So you have to go on, listen to them, and improve based on that. So this is what led me to victory. With each round, our software got more complex. It got added with more features, and it got better because we were listening to the juries. And as soon as they would give out a point that ये भी होना चाहिए था is a very specific term जो juries हमें normally कहते हैं. So as soon as they point it out, we used to note it down. And yes, in during the competition, we did not have enough time to actually build many of the features that the jury told. But at least prototyping them and showing the jury how that feature would look also helped us a lot throughout the round. I think this was my journey with SIH, and I hope this year we are going to see many intelligent people winning out and coming up with new great solutions. The problem statements as well were honestly very much improved than last year. There were conflicting statements. Some of them were nearly the same idea last year, because even we in our software combined four problem statements from Madhya Pradesh Police. So our solution was a combination of four problem statements. This year they are very specific, they are very technical, and I was excited to see them. Unfortunately, I couldn't participate this year, but if I was there, I would have been happy to take on any of those challenges.
So this was a very interesting journey that you shared with us, Siddhant, and you went through a lot, and you were able to make your way through to the top and actually go on to win it. Wonderful. So, and I had this question in my mind. I was about to ask you, why did you choose this particular statement, and you answered it all. I mean, you are kind of an expert at this. So I'm sure our viewers are going to have a very good time listening to you. Like, how are you going to crack it this time? Like, had you been there, kind of a thing. So
Yeah.
take us through that journey now, Siddhant. I mean, if you were to handle this, how would you approach it? Start from the team itself, because team-wise also you had a lot of problems, as you said. Your journey began with a very in a tumultuous way, where the team broke off, and then from there you built it again and then carried on. So let's start with the team building itself, and then move on to how do you want to crack it.
See, team building in any way should be the first step, and it is going to be the most crucial one. You have to find out people that are curious, that are innovative, and that are, how do I put this, not just listeners. You don't need people in the team who just comes in and listens to you. They have to share their thoughts, they have to share their ideas, because only one person's perspective is not that better. then a whole team working on a collective idea. So, with some examples, I'll tell you how to build a team. Initially, you have to find out people that you trust, that are not going to break off, that are committed to the competition. Then you need to map out their skills, ask them to give you what they are good at. And in a competition environment, you need fast thinkers. It is never a wrong thing to understand things online. It is never a wrong thing to go online and search for something. It is how you utilize that knowledge into a practical singular project. And your team has to be focused on the project itself. Just winning is not a motivation. That project is going to go further for startup. That project is going to be picked up by the ministry, and if you win, you are going to get an offer to actually implement that project. So focus on your project more. The jury is technical as well as they are professionals in the industry, plus they are people from the ministry. They know the problem statement, they know the technology. And yes, presentability works, it does, but presentability is not all. Functionality and the actual implementation is also a big part. So the team has to be evenly divided between developers and presenters as well. So if I talk about a mobile application or something that the ministry has asked, it is a centralizing system for crowd control. You need people from streams like AIML, you need people from computer vision, you need people that are good in Python, that are good in web development. So SIH has a good team size. Utilize that and utilize your team in the best way possible. You do not have to do everything alone. Initially, even in the starting, because I had the idea, I was of the mind that I can go and do it alone. That is not the case. The team has to know the software. The team has to be prepared to answer to the judges, because you at that point will be focused on a singular point, and the judges are four. Nearly four judges were last time. So they can ask different teammates different questions at a single time. So it is not about how you can do, it is about how the team does. Even if someone is weaker in a point, that is not a never a problem. You have to work as a team, you have to work as a collective in that case. Your overall presence is what is going to help you win. uh, Further, if I talk about it, next I would go to specific responsibilities that you need to divide into the team. Each of them has to have a specific role. Each of them needs to know what they are supposed to do, because in a competition environment, if that is not clear, you won't be able to be on your feet. You'll be stuck while understanding, you'll be stuck while recreating or modifying. So everyone should have their own responsibilities, fields of expertise, because the experts that are going to come as a jury, they'll not only ask you about the software, but the technology behind it as well. Each of them should have a specific domain that they are expert of. They should implement it and they should understand the complete working, because once you are there in front of the jury, they are going to be throwing questions at you, and if you get stuck, even if the project is good, it might give a bad review. Each judge has a separate numbering system, separate scoring system, and each score matters for each of the judges. So the team has to be well balanced, and the responsibilities or the KRAs should be well provided to them. They should understand it. This is what I would say about the teams.
Okay, right, Siddhant. I mean, when it comes to team stuff, you put across things in a very well defined manner, and I'm sure this is going to be benefiting to everyone watching out there. Now, coming to the approach in terms of research or planning, how would you, start these things, and how would you unfold your all the planning that you might put behind this?
So right now we are talking about a specific problem statement But I would say the main research is starts even before you select a single problem statement. You have to go through multiple problem statements, you have to understand what is being asked, and then pick out at least four of the top ones that you are confident in. If going for a particular problem statement, then you need to understand the actual problems behind it. See, problem statements are a way of a organization to tell you we are facing this issue. You have to understand it on ground. For Ministry of Railway, this solution is going to be most probably going to be implemented on platforms, on railway stations. So you need to get into the base where the problem starts, how you are going to handle it. You need to analyze what kind of features are you going to be giving. So crowd control, pinpointing the exact words written within the problem statement, and picking those words up, creating them into a separate problem for you. Crowd control is going to be one. People management, incident management is going to be one. And you have to specifically see into what other features can be given. Facial recognition is a very small thing that you can add, but it can be combined with different features to provide a overall suite or a better experience to the ministry itself. So there have to be a lot of phases, and it is not only again one person. Each of you have to go through it. Each of you have to put forward your ideas and accumulate into a singular platform. So while researching online, you are going to find a lot of softwares that are going to be similar to what your problem statement needs. Some are going to be nearly related, and you might even find a lot of places where a similar software is already created. These are not public softwares, these are open source. It is never a bad thing to go have a look and research about it, study from there what they have done. But the most important thing which is going to be is to learn from that mistake that they did and accumulate multiple aspects of these into one. So a ministry is going to be looking for a solution, not a software. So focus yourself on the solution part instead of the software itself.
Okay, so those were very interesting points that you laid out, Siddhant. And now, towards the end, if I have to ask you one piece of advice or any tips and tricks that people can employ to be able to trump this particular problem statement, anything that you think would work, or anything which you think might not work, so avoid that. So any of those thoughts.
Okay, I would say you might find one to be a bit unethical, but it is not. You are going to find a lot of teams there for your problem statement. It is a good idea to share some points, and it is a good idea to pick up some points. And see, they might have a different idea or they might have a similar idea. What is going to put you on top is having that presentability, having that clarity about your software and its function, and creating it into a solution for the ministry itself. So that accumulation will give you an edge over your competitors there, even in the finals. Now, throughout this process, you are going to be facing a lot of juries. You are going to be facing a lot of criticism. Sometimes the juries are critical about this software. I'll tell you a small scenario. The first round that we had after entering SIH last year, the people who were representing the Madhya Pradesh police, they were IPS officers, and their first line to us was, we don't need your solution, we already have it running. What you are presenting to us, we have it running. That came as a shock to us. But after that, we went to the judges again. Initially we went out the room, I went running back, and we asked them, ma'am, what do you need then? Just tell me that. We built on our software based on what they have suggested, what they have recommended. And from the second round, the judges tone completely changed because they saw what they needed, added on to the complete suite of features that we were giving them. So never be disgraced if you face some criticism. It is always going to be good for you. And one of the most important things is do not fight with your team. There is going to be a lot of pressure on you to complete it. Some of them might be tired. You will be traveling to different centers. You will be going on and on for coding research and development. So your team is going to be your family at that point, and your mentor is going to be the head there. Listen to what they are saying. They are experienced and they know the overall scenarios. Sometimes a mentor might even suggest ki leave the coding right now, go have a sleep for 30 minutes. It is going to be beneficial. They see you, they are not in the competition, they are not under any pressure. They are there to mentor you, they are there to advise you. Not even mentors, the SIH staff, the hosting center, they are all going to be very helpful in all the aspects. And keeping your mind open, keeping your ears open and your eyes open is going to be very beneficial throughout the competition. Because until you reach that place, until you reach the competition center, your software or your solution is only going to be 20% of what the ministry needs. It might be cases that it is about 50, but growing there, developing there, and moving forward after you listen to the first round, it is not going to be the end. The first round, if you get a bit of criticism, if you get a lot of advice, if you get some lower points, not a problem. It is not going to be the end. Go for it, improve your software, because, and importantly, support your team in what they are saying as well. Listening to the judges, multiple team members might have a different perspective of what they need and what they said. So listen to everyone around you. And yes, the leader of the team does need to have that potential, that does need to have that understanding, that he can decide after listening to everyone what can be the best way to go forward, what can be the actuals that they can put into the software, what is logical and what is not. Because all the ideas that are going to be thrown at you are not going to be logical and maybe not even possible to build. People out there that are giving you these advice might be the jury, they might be from the department, not great into coding, but they know the actual use case where they need it. So listen to them and improvise as much as you can. It is going to be a tough competition. There are a lot of teams, and you need to put yourself on the edge by presenting yourself. You're not going to present the solution that much. You are going to be presenting yourself. When the juries have confidence in you, it is going to be a better conversation that they are going to be having with you. So these are the tips that I would say.
So those were some very comprehensive ideas coming from you, Siddhant. And the ones that stand out for me are the keeping the team together and keep your eyes and ears open and receive inputs and work on them. That was wonderful, Siddhant. I'm sure this is going to be extremely beneficial for the viewers, and they'll remember you when they are tackling all this in the center. So thank you so much for joining, and we wish you all the best and wish you the very best for your future endeavors and the future that you are charting upon. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
spending time.
hosting me, sir, and all the best to all the teams out there. I hope you are going to be the next stars of SIH.
Surely, surely. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Thanks. Remember, hackathons are not just about finding solutions, they are also about contributing to society. Adaptability, creativity, and effective communication are key skills to achieve that goal in hackathon. Wish you all the best.